Hey guys, and welcome to Ardent Sports, and here I am with my Week 6 NFL season predictions. But before I get into that, before I update you guys on the competition, we have breaking news out of Kansas City, where the Kansas City Chiefs just signed recently released running back Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was cut last week by the New York Jets and will look to revamp his career in Kansas City. So moving on from that, let me update you guys on the competition between your boy Hobo and myself. I'm not going to get into details on what happened to Giant Talk Sports because they're not important. So, your boy Hobo is currently sitting at 46-30-1, and I'm sitting at 53-23-1. The Patriots obviously did not play last week against the Broncos due to growing concerns of COVID-19 with Cam Newton and Stephon Gilmore, both of whom have returned to practice. Newton should be good to go this week. Not certain about Gilmore at this time. But with that being said, I'm going to get into the picks this week. And we're actually going to kick it off with the Patriots and Broncos at 1 o'clock. And I do have the Patriots winning this game. Cam Newton, like I said, is likely to be back while Drew Lock is still out. With that being said, obviously, even without Gilmore, the Patriots still have the better overall defense between the two teams. And the Broncos, they're still trying to figure it out. I'm not saying that they aren't going to win any more games throughout the rest of the season, because obviously they will. But as of right now, they're still trying to figure some things out. So I am going to take the Patriots over the Broncos. Next up, we have the Washington football team rolling into face-off against the New York Giants. Giants are not good. I really thought that after Dak Prescott went out due to injury last week, that the Giants were going to come back in the game because they were only down by one score, and not even that. One score would have given them the lead. I really thought that Andy Dalton was going to choke it out and the Giants would win the game. But that did not happen, and the Cowboys ended up winning the game. This week, I feel as this game is going to be even closer than that game was, maybe even by 1 point. This one is actually kind of tough, just because obviously neither team is stellar this year. Come on, the division leader in that division is 2-3, and it's the Cowboys. Come on. Alex Smith did come back last week after almost 2 years out due to injury, and actually didn't look terrible. I'm not sure what kind of playing time, if any, he will get this week, but I do like what I saw out of him, the little that I did see. So, with that being said, if Smith even plays one quarter, I will give this game to the Washington football team. Next up, we have Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts facing off against Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Neither team really looked stellar last week. I got to give this game to Indianapolis. Joe Burrow just does not seem to really have it yet. He still is not looking like the quarterback that he looked like in college, the one that everyone thought he was going to look like in the NFL. It's just not happening. So we're going to give this one to the more experienced Phillip Rivers, and hopefully he can finally get a connection going with T.Y., where that combination could honestly be one of the most lethal combinations in the NFL. We're just going to blow by this next game. Baltimore over Philly. Not a whole lot to say. Baltimore's going to win that one hands down. I know I said that last week, and then that team I picked ended up losing, but I don't think that's going to happen this week. Detroit and Jacksonville, Matthew Stafford, Gardner Minshew. Matthew Stafford is an animal. I know his team hasn't really been playing it like it this year, but with that being said, I got to give this game to Detroit. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings over the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta has just recently parted ways with both their head coach and GM. So first game under the interim head coach, it worked for Houston last week where Houston got the win. But I don't think it's going to work for Atlanta, especially if Julio Jones is still limited in any way, shape, or form. Todd Gurley obviously is not the running back that he used to be with LA. I am going to give this game to the Minnesota Vikings. Speaking of Houston, we have them facing off against Derrick Henry and the screw you, Josh Norman, Tennessee Titans. Tannehill has been playing at that Pat Mahomes level all season. He's been playing like Russell Wilson. He's been playing like Aaron Rodgers. He's just been playing absolutely fantastic all season long. I thought he was kind of washed up, but he is showing me that I am dead wrong. And between Tannehill and Derrick Henry and just that entire Titans team that has been just really doing very well this season, I see no reason that they cannot get the job done over a very questionable Houston Texans offense and defense, for that matter. Deshaun Watson cannot do everything himself on offense. J.J. Watt cannot do everything himself on defense. So I'm going to give this game to the Tennessee Titans. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears facing off against the Carolina Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater has been doing okay this season. He hasn't been doing great. He hasn't been doing awful. With that being said, Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky, both of them have kind of had an anal cranialectomy. If you guys don't know what that is, that's basically removing your head from your ass. Both of them have done that over the last week or so. So I'm going to give this game to the Bears this week. Next up, we have Pittsburgh over Cleveland, and I do not think this game is going to be as much of a blowout as people are saying it is. A lot of people are thinking that Pittsburgh is going to steamroll over the Browns. A lot of people are thinking that the Browns are going to steamroll over the Pittsburgh Steelers, which I think they're strung out of their mind on heroin, but that's besides the point. This game is going to be very close. So close that I'm actually not sure who to pick at this game. Both teams have come out of the woodworks and done very well this season. The Browns are 4-1, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are still undefeated. If Odell Beckham Jr. gets as involved as he needs to on this offense, and Baker Mayfield makes him as involved on this offense as he needs to be, I got the Browns all day. However, he was pretty involved last week, and stats show that whenever he gets heavily involved, he is not very involved the next week. So therefore, with that being said, I am taking the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cleveland Browns in this game. Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins. Ryan Fitzmagic over the injured Sam Darnold and the New York Jets. And if Sam Darnold is injured, it'll be Joe Flacco and the New York Jets. Again, recently released Le'Veon Bell. I'm giving this one to the Dolphins, no questions asked. Moving on. Another game that's going to be really close in my honest opinion. Green Bay and Tampa Bay. The Battle of the Bays. Tom Brady has been very dangerous with Mike Evans this season. Not quite at that Edelman level, but he's still been very dangerous all season with Mike Evans. Whereas Aaron Rodgers has just been an absolute animal. I think this game will be very close. I don't think it's going to be like nail-biter close, but within a score to 10 points, it'll be close. I am going to take Green Bay in the matchup. I almost picked Tampa Bay, but I do think that Green Bay is going to get this done. So, Green Bay over Tampa Bay. Next up, we have the LA Rams facing off against the San Francisco 49ers. Garoppolo looked like absolute dog shit in his return, and that's putting it nicely. They're playing in San Francisco. They say that they benched him for precautionary reasons, but that's not true. He looked like absolute shit. I am taking the Rams in this game. I don't see it being incredibly close, but I don't see it being a humongous blowout. Like, it's not going to be like a 20-point game or anything, but it's not going to be very close. Next up at 5 p.m. on Monday evening, I guess, you have the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs sitting at 4-1, facing off against the Buffalo Bills, also at 4-1. Both teams last week were undefeated and heavily upset. Buffalo was completely obliterated by Tennessee, while Las Vegas kind of snuck out a win over Kansas City. This game is going to be probably one of the best games of the week. I am going to give it to Kansas City in a nail-biter. I'm going to say 27-24. And wrapping up, we have the Arizona Cardinals facing off against the Dallas Cowboys. This game is not going to be very close at all. Andy Dalton has a terrible record on Monday Night Football, like 4-game losing streak, or I think maybe 5-game losing streak on Monday night. Kyler Murray is looking absolutely incredible this season. He's leading his team in rushing yards last I checked. So we are going to give this one to the Arizona Cardinals at AT&T Stadium. So those are my picks. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell is the number one way to help out the channel. Subscribe to your boy Hobo. Check out the competition. See how we're doing. Once again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell. Your boy Hobo is 46-30-1. I am 53-23-1 going into this week. Should be interesting. Should be fun. Your boy Hobo has a chance to make up some serious ground on me this week. Him and I have, I think, 3 or 4 differences. So he has a chance to make up some ground on me this week. So we'll see what happens, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace, I'm out.